Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Combat, episode 234. Obviously, you can hear in my voice. I'm not happy. I'm not. Um, we unfortunately have to start off this episode with a little bit of an elephant in the room to give some clarification to people that are wondering what happened. So, with that being said, as you all know, today was originally supposed to be our show down in Pompano Beach, Russell Rave, with CCW and Sick Productions. Now, I will be completely blunt and honest, just because I kind of already have been, so why not continue? I didn't really like how this was going from the get-go. I felt on CCW side, in my professional opinion, they didn't really take the event all that seriously. It was genuinely like pulling teeth just to communicate with them. And it was kind of just a very, very stressful situation from the get-go. Now, what ended up canceling the show was this, I think it was like Sunday or Saturday. We were trying to figure out what the match rundown was starting to look like. Yes, I'm going into the business of things. I know I'm pulling the curtain back to all the little fucking marks that are online being like, yeah, shut. This is not the time. This is not the fucking time. All right. So we were talking with one of my partners was talking to his partner, and he came to find out that he washed his hands with the show. I'm not going to give any names here because I'm not trying to call people out other than the person who was directly involved in canceling the show. And so with that being told to us, we were trying to figure out how exactly the match rundown was going to happen. We were trying to get in contact with Nelio. We were trying to get in contact with really anybody just to get any type of information as to what was going on with it, because we were trying to have stuff set up for Sick Productions DJs in order to have their sets lined up. Because obviously, if you're a part of the rave scene, then you know typically DJs like to have their song or their track list lined up before their set, so then they know what they're going into. So, being as it may that we weren't getting any responses, I decided to take it upon myself to put together a match rundown draft. Now, mind you, this is where I messed up, and Monkey did warn me about this, telling me that I should have gotten clearance with Nelio first before I did this, which I take responsibility on that part. I should have. However, being that as it may, I put together a match rundown draft. I sent it out to him Tuesday in our group chat saying, hey, I know there hasn't really, I'm not sure if there's one that's been done. I put this together. Nothing on it is finalized. If there's anything that needs to be changed, do it. It's fine. Let me know. Because, this isn't those aren't my guys. Those aren't my wrestlers. Like, that's his promotion. At the end of the day, those are his wrestlers, not mine. So I was just trying to be helpful. I wasn't trying to take over the show. I wasn't trying to stiff arm him or whatever it was that he thought I was doing, because I could tell you right now, as soon as I did that, it went south. He was not happy at all that I did that. He was very upset. He was starting to become very temperamental, saying that I didn't know the wrestlers. I wasn't the one paying the wrestlers, even though I'm currently out $500 because I had to compensate Holiday. But whatever. I already made the money back anyway. So I understand where his point was coming from. And I apologized for overstepping boundaries, because that's not what I was trying to do. I was honestly just trying to be a helpful hand, being a partner in the show. And even with me explaining this to him, he seemed to get angrier. So I'm not going to lie, at this point, I started to get angry. I made it vocal at that point that I was very pissed off, that I felt The track that the event was going was very poor, mainly because the communication was very poor. And I asked if, since the child, aka Elio, was not able to give me a proper explanation on what was going on, if somebody else could. And for that, I got additional clapback, which, okay, I probably shouldn't have called him a child. That was on me. My bad. I kind of have an unfiltered mouth, if you haven't figured out by now. And I stepped away from the group chat because it was becoming, to me, it was becoming a very toxic environment and everyone was seeming very heated. So I backed off and I said, look, if it's better without me on the show, just, take me off the show. It's okay. I just don't want the entire show to suffer. And then I find out from Monkey an hour later that the show was canceled. And what makes me more upset is now, because of something I did, he's now blaming, or he's trying to blame Monkey as well. And he's trying to blame his company for the cancellation. So to anyone that's currently wondering, no, it was not my decision to cancel the show. No, it was not anyone on RTC's decision to cancel the show. No, it was not Monkey's decision or anyone who was a part of Sick Productions' decision to cancel the show. It was Nelio's. And the only thing I can logically chalk it up to is ego. And mind you, I'm still green in this business, guys. Like, I've been a fan of wrestling my entire life since I was a kid, but I've legit only been working in this business since August of last year. Okay? I am new. I don't fully understand the wrestling politics. Mind you, I'm very thankful for all of the wrestlers that I have met, and I'm very thankful for all the people that I have developed relationships with now who have taken me under their wing, who have had patience with me and understood, hey, he's not trying to be a dick. He doesn't get it. So just be like, that's kind of what's getting me here, is that Nelio is someone that's been in this business for a very long time. He has been running CCW for a very long time. And for him to react the way that he did, to me, is very unprofessional and unaccountable, because I am taking accountability for my actions 100%. And I will again apologize for overstepping boundaries on that. However, there is absolutely nothing that this man has to take accountability for, because he didn't do anything. He had nothing to do with the decision that I made.
Hi, everybody.
Monkey, with that, I'll let you take over.
I didn't know if I was gonna do this podcast today because the situation is hard on me. I have a friend that says that I take losses hard, and he's right. I do. I don't like losing, and I don't like when things go bad or shit like that. So I also have this like cross to bear where it seems to me, through evidence of my 15-year career, that there's very few people that care about events like I care about events, and sometimes that leads to differences of effort. So I'm gonna speak on behalf of Sick. I know I'm a part of the RTC podcast, so like let me make that clear.
I already said our piece. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll make that really clear. I will continue to be a part of RTC. Eric is a friend of mine. Business and friendships are separate for me. Just because, he made a mistake on this doesn't mean that all of a sudden now he's not my friend. So, like, that was important that I made sure to say before, I got into all this, because we're about to talk a lot about business. Um, Sick as Sick as a company, we have this standard. The crazy thing about everything that went down in the chat room that I was not awake for, by the way. I have a morning job. I'm at work right now. I just was not awake to see the atomic bomb that was going off. But when I was reading the aftermath, I saw there was a lot of mentions about standards and stuff to that nature, and respect, and a lot of that came from the part of CCW. So I'm gonna say this before I say what I have to say. Everybody that I met in CCW was a cool person. I loved the wrestlers there. I loved the staff there. The co-owner Dan was a cool person. Fuck Nelio for the first couple of weeks was actually cool too. Let us in to that death match with Gangrel. We were chilling. So like, I'm chilling in that regard. Like, if you work for CCW, you're probably an awesome person. If you wrestle for CCW, you're probably an awesome wrestler. So with that being said, my company's got standards and such too, and one of them is we don't cancel shows. That's like number one standard of Sick is we don't cancel shows. We find a way. And that decision was taken out of my hands, and I feel like one of the worst lies ever told in my industry and in any industry by an event coordinator or a promoter of any kind, one of the biggest fucking lies you will ever read in your life from a guy like me or a guy like Nelio is due to unforeseen circumstances out of our control. That is a bullshit lie. Everything, the circumstances and everything about it were well within our control. When a promoter says that, it's because he doesn't have the balls to tell you that he let his ego get in the way of an event and he canceled the event over hurt feelings. It's a lot simpler to tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. I have the position, the unique position, given my reputation, it's kind of a shocking position, of being the outsider in all of this and not being directly involved in the blow up and the bomb that went off on this event. So as I could tell you from the outside position, Sick wasn't respected in all of this. Sick standards weren't considered.
No.
The DJs were not considered. The artists were not considered. None of us were considered. So to be quite honest, CCW, I don't care about your fucking standards because you didn't give a shit about mine. So why the fuck would I respect you when you're disrespecting us? Quite simply put, I am a mutual being. I give what you give. All right? If you're fucking going to sit here and bag my entire fucking company because you've got a fucking pussy problem with a fucking rookie, that's a you thing, bro. But me, a 15-year veteran, somebody that has thrown events longer than you've had your promotion, somebody who has probably doubled, maybe even tripled the biggest gate you've ever fucking considered to even put together, like, I've made more money than you. From me, you look like a rookie. You look like a rookie. You look like a joker to us, people that actually throw events, that aren't just putting a ring in a garage and calling it a day. To us, to people that can fill a room bigger than like 300, 400 square feet. To us, people that actually pull pre-sales and or pull sales at the door and don't look at 11 pre-sales and fucking shudder and shake. You know, I've been up and down this. I understand how it goes. I understand how it is. So I roll with punches, bro. This big issue with the day of the show and the match rundown and the wrestling schedule, I was rolling with the punches, bro. It was either gonna come or it wasn't gonna come. I had plans for either or. It wasn't that big of a fucking deal to me. We would have figured it out because that's what we do with Sick. We figure it out. But hey, I can only do so much. The circumstances were truly out of my control, and I tried. Fuck, I did everything under the sun to try to save this event. Eric had walked away from it, so I was like, "Yo, I'm prepared to move without Eric." I just wanted to have the event because I was following wrestling fucking logic, which is get the fucking match in the ring. And we couldn't do that because my partner doesn't follow that logic, which is crazy because that's his world, that's his logic. But hey, we couldn't get the fucking match in the ring, bro, and that wasn't our fault. That wasn't on us. That was because some guy had a communication problem and inspired a rookie to do something rookies shouldn't do. And while we could sit here and bag Eric for his actions and all of this, and it's probably legitimate, Eric wouldn't have had to do a fucking thing if you could answer 4 questions simply. But if it's not scaring you on how fucking lights might cost, you don't seem to like to answer anything. If it isn't reading my status at 3 a.m. and getting a little offended, you don't seem to like to respond to anything. You're not Vince McMahon, bud. You're some guy in South Florida who is barely pulling enough people to fit Los Rosas' small little room. You aren't who you think you are. And I'm not going to sit here and try to explain that shit to you. I'm just going to keep it fucking moving. You know? But if this is how this was supposed to go and this is how you throw events, I feel like maybe I just fucking dodged a bullet. Yeah, it sucks because I really did want to throw this event with CCW. But I will throw this event. You know, the dream doesn't stop here just because some guy didn't want to, care. But it's just unfortunate because I had heard great things about the promotion CCW, and everything was true except for the guy running it. Everybody in CCW knows how to do their job well, very well, when they know what their job is. But they don't know what their job is until an hour before an event, because that's how CCW is organized.
Yep.
So, hey man, I guess you didn't want this bad enough.
It's okay. We'll still do it. We'll figure it out one way or another. It's going to happen.
I am sorry for my fans. I'm sorry for the DJs that put away gigs to do this that we might not have made money on because who knows. We just wanted to do this shit for the love of the game because we wanted to include wrestling and shit in our industry. That's what we were trying to do. We noticed that there's crossover. I run around sometimes in my dubstep doing a fucking form of Bray Wyatt as an entrance. Like, there's a lot of fans in my world. There was a lot of fans in my world that go to CCW events that will not be going anymore because, well, you put a bad taste in their fucking mouth. So they feel like you lied to them. And they do know the story. And you're not going to be able to bullshit them like you would be able to bullshit your wrestlers. So,
yep.
That sucks for you. That sucks for us. That sucks for everybody involved. But, I keep it moving. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm still going to go out, have fun, keep it trucking. I'm sure you will do the same. And at the end of the day, this is going to be a good idea that we couldn't get off the fucking ground with each other. And that's pretty fucking sad that when we put the stamp on this and how this ends is not a cool fucking night with a bunch of wrestlers and DJs working with each other, but some fucking guy who couldn't get over himself for 5 fucking minutes to see through to a bigger project. And if that's how you roll events, I'm kind of glad we didn't get there. I can't work with people like that.
No, honestly, I genuinely agree. Just so everyone knows, because I see people commenting, saying we still need to do this. This still needs to happen. It's going to happen, guys. One way or a fucking other, it's going to happen. Because if there's one thing that me and Monkey definitely have in common over the last decade plus that we've known each other, it's that when you piss us off, we then have a point to prove. And currently, that's how we both feel. So I'm just letting you know this now. There's going to be a point proven here. I'm telling you right now, without us, you don't know what you're doing with this concept. With wrestling shows in general, okay, maybe. Wrestle Rave? No, you don't understand the concept.
No, you're gonna get Your chances of fucking trying to do this without us, or like, and doing this with a company that has allegations for freeing pedophiles is like fucking really high. I
Wait,
hope
hold
you're
on.
good at
Hold on. Wait,
craps.
hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Company with pedophile. What the?
Yeah, bro.
Hold on.
This fucking rave scene, that this fucking rave scene, especially on the younger level, those guys that are working out them tribal areas, those are little kid fuckers, bro. The chances that you get in a bed with a kid fucker down here are real fucking high. I hope that ain't happened to you.
All right. So, Donnaise is about to hop in here because we're about to get the episode started now. With him saying that, Donnaise, just so you know, when we move down to Florida, we are going to be investing in a wood chipper, and it will be used for things that we are not allowed to say live on air. All I will say is fuck pedophiles.
How I'm gonna end this convo before we get in is March 13th. We're gonna have a really fucking good event for Sick. I'll have that out in the open, and the Wrestle Rave idea isn't dead. We will have it again, and we'll have it with partners that actually want to have it, not just want to cheese out and grift on my industry.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have no words for that. And
Oh, so we're good on getting the wood chipper?
not that one, but
God damn it.
Wrestle Rave. But I will say this. This may not be the only time we're raging on stupid people today.
Oh, no, it probably won't be. I mean, you know how our shtick usually goes.
Oh yeah, I know, and I'm looking at the outline, which we're about to get into once we get Trico and Brandon over in here. Oh yeah, there's a couple things I really want to go off.
Yeah.
A
But
certain elf might hate me too.
yeah, see? Look, Cody gets it. Hell yeah. All right, so I'm going to start a GoFundMe, guys. We're going to get a GoFundMe going so that it's Wood Chipper 2028. All right. So, with that being said, how's it going, Trico? Trico? Oh yeah, wait. Hold on. We got to sing to him. We got to sing to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I was like, how y'all not gonna sing? I was like, y'all gonna disrespect? How y'all gonna disrespect?
Happy birthday, brother. How you doing?
But other than that, feeling blessed today.
Hell yeah.
Unlock chapter 33. And it's Elimination Chamber week.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we do have Elimination Chamber tomorrow where Monkey will not be crashing out because it's on normal Eastern Standard Time. Now,
hey, we're back, baby. We won the fucking gold. We claimed hockey, and we reclaimed wrestling time zones. We're looking good down here.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Here you go.
Now, our guest for today. You have seen him on Exodus Pro Wrestling. You've seen him on Ohio Valley Wrestling, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Epic, World League Wrestling, and many other promotions around the United States. He currently is a part of the roster of NWA Exodus Pro Wrestling. He is your current PWE Heavyweight Champion and SICW Classic Champion. Strictly Business, Brandon Barretta. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great. Couldn't be better.
Appreciate you coming on. Sorry we had you sitting there for a minute.
No worries.
That went a little longer than we thought.
Gave me time to drink my coffee, so.
Oh, perfect. So now you're caffeinated. We appreciate you making the time to come on today. We know that you've genuinely been on a very busy schedule lately. Like you've literally been wrestling like just about every single weekend.
Yes.
So thank you. It really means a lot. I think I missed a title there though. Didn't you recently just pick up a third title?
So I've had a third title for promotion in Chicago.
Okay.
For roughly, I think coming on a year now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but due to some scheduling stuff, like the whole thing. Mr. Herb Simmons knows it. You want the champ on the show, you got to pay championship prices. So I can't turn down another city that's paying championship prices.
Right. Right. No, that makes sense, of course. Now, some things just to start off the podcast before we hop into the mainstreams here. Now, you came into this business already having a bit of a background in wrestling because you did wrestle as an amateur wrestler, correct?
Very slight.
Very slight. Okay, so how
Yeah.
long did you do amateur wrestling for?
Man, so this is the thing that people see the style that I wrestle, and it's
Mhm.
obviously a very intense, what they might call shoot style of wrestling. But I really didn't wrestle for more than about 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was a very brief stint. And then I got pulled for a back injury from football and wrestling.
Dang, that's shitty.
What
Yeah.
position did you play?
So I was very short but very wide at the time. So I was the perfect wall to be a starting offense lineman.
Beautiful.
He's a big football guy as well.
I was expecting line. I thought he was either gonna go edge or fucking guard. So that checks.
Yeah, the thing about being an offensive lineman is I also was terrible at remembering plays. So I was like, you put me where I go straight. That's all I want.
Perfect. That's a perfect offensive lineman, dude.
Dude, put me where I go straight.
Now-
That's it.
Now there is this one promo that I want to talk about from back that you did at Journey. The right before your Strictly Business. What was the name of the match? I can't. Strictly Business Convoluted Scramble match or something of that nature. I think that was the name of it.
Yeah, so it was part of the Strictly Business plan, and it
Yes.
was a unnecessarily convoluted multi-man independent wrestling match.
Yes, there we go. That was the name of the match. Now, what honestly had me laughing, and it was great. Like it was like not anything bad. Like it was a great promo. When you were up on stage and you started breaking everything down, almost kind of like Steiner math.
Yeah,
I was dying laughing because I'm like, no way. I'm like, and he's doing it in his own way. I'm like, I fucking love it. And like this guy was like, he's like, I'm coming into this match where 80%, I think it was like 80% of them don't know what they're doing. 50% of them are going to try high rope moves. At least one person's going to do a Canadian destroyer. Like he starts breaking it all down, and I'm just sitting here like,
yeah. The percentages too, because it was all percentages.
yeah.
Um,
What led to that idea?
So okay. So originally, the SBBP, the Strictly Business plan,
Yes.
was originally birthed from EC3. So built up the
Good friend of the
Strictly Business
podcast.
Brandon Barretta idea over almost a year, to where then I faced Dante Casanova, first title shot in NWA Exodus Pro for the NWA Midwest title. Well, I give him everything I got. Doesn't work. So then I revert to breaking my formula. I go outside of my comfort zone and end up costing myself the match by attempting a unnecessary diving headbutt from the top rope. And Dante moved and then immediately hit the ropes, hit his clothesline to the back of my head, 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And then I had to kind of reassess where I was at, because well, what do I do next? Well, the only thing, I guess the principle behind Strictly Business is that I'm here to make money, and you make the most money by being a champion. Goes back to what I said with Herb Simmons or even PWE. If you want your championship defended, you're going to pay championship prices. And I'm not going to turn down XYZ promotion or whatever city if they're going to pay me a championship rate.
Right.
So my goal is to become a champion at Exodus. Well, how do I get back to that? And that's where Strictly Business plan was created when talking to EC3. And basically he proposes, hey, you have 6 tasks that you have to complete. And then we can get you back into contendership for the Midwest title. And then that's where a couple tasks were presented, and then some were tweaked, and then now we're where we're at now with it.
Right.
The final version of it.
Yeah, no, and honestly, it's a really good story. It's very simple, very direct, and honestly, like I had already known about you before I showed up in August, mainly because I had already started working with SICW, and I told Sean, I'm like, oh hey, I'm going up to Exodus, and he's like, oh shit, for real? He's like, Brandon's up there. Tell him I said what's up, blah 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 blah. He's like, you'll love him. He's a hell of a nice guy, and I didn't get to say hi to you before your match, and then I watched your match, and I'm like, um, and then, but it was that night that I learned, I'm like, okay, so usually, however they are on camera, they're usually complete opposite behind the camera, and like, I'm like, no, this guy's a really cool dude. Like, we ended up sitting down, having a good chat, and like, that's genuinely what I love about wrestling, like the most. Like, fuck the money. Like, I don't get me wrong, I like the money because I like having my bills paid, but that's not the reason why I like doing this. Like, I like meeting people. I like having conversations. I like developing relationships. You know, I like learning about the business more. And like, that's kind of why I really, really, really enjoy Exodus, is because just about everyone that works there is an open book. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to survive at the next show because apparently Bougie wants to kill me because I made him look bad on the promos. But
Bougie and Holiday.
No, I didn't mess up Holidays. I just accidentally called him Most Markable. That was an accident, and it was a mistake. I forgot. I got tongue tied.
Doesn't he owe you like 5 of those anyway?
We're not going to talk about that. But anyway, that's kind of like
a tally.
Okay, enough talking about.
You know what? Maybe it was an inside job. You tried to save your cunt, Eric.
I wasn't even.
Eric, well done. Well fucking done, dude. Oh my god, that is amazing. You gotta.
I wasn't even gonna be there.
Don, I'm so glad you caught it.
I wasn't even able
right
to get
over
there.
my head, dude. Don, I'm so glad you didn't let him off the hook. You son of a bitch. So it was. What was that tally, by the way? Like 3,700 fucking finishing moves. Like
Signature. Get the name right.
Yeah, signature. Oh yeah, no, that's right. There was a signature first, and then a finisher. So you were gonna get 3,700 times too. Right. That's right. I was confused. And then you were going to eat. Oh my god. Dude, what was you son of a bitch. Vegas, he played the Vegas odds. This motherfucker cheated the bet. Okay.
Anyway.
All right, Eric. I see you. You know what? Good job.
Anyway,
good job.
Moving back into the interview. I apologize about that, Brandon. Now, I know one of the original people that kind of gave you his, what's the best way to put this? I don't necessarily want to say like put you over, but like basically said like this guy's going to be a star.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Orton.
Yep.
That's something that I've been told in the past. So do you want to explain a little bit about your relationship with Mr. Orton?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the second graduate to ever come out of his academy in St. Louis. So that's where all of my baseline training happened. Basically, whenever I started training, it was July of 2021. I trained there for 8 months before I had my first match. Then I debuted in February the following year of 2022, and then have been wrestling, pretty much every weekend since then.
Oh, yeah.
And, Bob was key to my initial training. Like, working under him and learning under his wealth of knowledge is just, I couldn't have asked for a better start into the business, because he teaches that very old school way, very similar to the way that Harley Race taught, before he passed. It's the same mindset because they're from the same era, basically.
Right.
And I trained, like I said, I trained under Bob all the way up until May of, when was that? 2024. And at the time, I was still living in St. Louis, but then that's when I started training under EC3.
Okay.
So I was commuting every week from St. Louis to Cleveland, back to St. Louis.
So how did you and EC3 end up getting connected originally?
I had originally done, it was January of 2023,
Okay.
I had done a NWA CYN tryout down at the school of Morton, which was Ricky Morton's school in Chuckey, Tennessee. And I was probably 260-ish pounds at the time. I had lost like, I don't know, 25-ish pounds before I decided to show face anywhere reputable.
Right.
I was almost 300 pounds whenever I started wrestling. And I show up. It is a 8-hour day for this seminar. There's probably 100 other wrestlers there, and everybody's wrestling a 5-minute match. Everybody's cutting a promo.
Oh wow.
And it's, again, January in Chuckey, Tennessee. The school doesn't have the heat, and we are all in gear, standing there, waiting our turn. I end up wrestling a guy by the name of Brandon Day. You've probably seen him on Exodus previously.
Yep.
He's also big in the Ohio area. But I will say, I give credit to Brandon Day, because if it wasn't for wrestling a 20-plus year vet, EC3 would not have gave me – I wouldn't have looked as good as I did by any means if I would have wrestled anybody else. And Brandon made me look like $1 million. Even put me over in the match. And the thing that EC3 noted or took note of was that in my promo, I put over my finishing move, and then I used my finishing move. And he was like, keep doing that. That's called conditioning. You got to condition the crowd to know what your stuff is, so that way it, when they see it coming, they're prepared. But that was my first interaction. I then did not see EC3 for almost 12 months until I came to Cleveland and did a preface. That was December of that year. I, at that point, I lost probably another 30 pounds.
Okay.
Now, Noah, who you know from Exodus, remembered me from my name, but immediately saw me and was like, you're not the same guy. And I was like, I am the same guy. I had put on muscle and then also had lost body fat. Did that preface. Then I turned around and did the next one that following January 2024. And then basically kept putting myself in front of them. And then EC3 at the time was still working with OVW. I go down for a dark match in April of 2024. And EC3's there again. I'm wrestling a dark match against Icon Lee. And he remembers me, obviously, from now seeing me the past couple months. Watches my match, pulls me aside after the match, and then that's where it was basically, hey, I want you to train at my school. I don't care what we got to do to make it happen, but we need to make it happen. So,
hell yeah. No, I mean, that's amazing. That it really shows that with certain people being like, oh, you just got lucky, you just got lucky. No, you legit, like, consistently kept putting yourself in front of him, like, hey. I mean, that's a way better. I mean, you had a way better first interaction with him than I did. I mean, my first interaction with him why the fuck is this guy in the white shirt standing in front of my fucking hard cam?
Yeah,
that was his first interaction with me. So you made a way better first impression than I did.
That's one thing that people, and I've told multiple, in this business, you have your brothers, right? That you kind of get that little click with. The thing about Exodus right now is that everybody wants to get on it.
Yep. Like,
I could give you a list of names of people who message the Exodus page that are trying to come in and work for Exodus.
Oh, I see it. I see it literally.
It's not my business to share who they are, but I'll just say there's people that are currently on TV that want to work for Exodus. And
I know.
That just shows that the quality of product we are producing is enough to get that attention. So whenever I have, close friends in this business that go, hey, like, what do I got to do to get on Exodus? The first thing I tell them is you either show up to the school and you train, or you come to a preface and you come to 2 of them or 3 of them, or however many it takes for them to realize, hey, this person's got something that we can use. I said, but it's not something, they don't brother book, which is something you see a lot in this business. Yep. They don't just book someone because they're buddies. They only book someone at Exodus if they truly believe that they can benefit our product. And a lot of our roster right now is homegrown from Exodus. or maybe not necessarily homegrown, but they had a little bit of a buzz on the indies. But now we're utilizing them as a top guy that they are, and that's something that I think Exodus does better than anybody.
Yeah, no, I completely 100% agree. I mean, personally speaking, and I'm not even just saying this to kiss ass, like I genuinely like everyone that works at Exodus as a whole. There's never been a time where I've been in that locker room and it's felt tense or hearing a bunch of drama or anything of that nature. Like, it's a very, very good and chill vibe. I mean, don't get me wrong, EC3 has those random crash outs during the talent meeting where he's telling people not to do Canadian destroyers, but nobody that's just EC3.
Whoa!
It's in joke.
He's got a problem with Canadian destroyers?
Okay, look, you don't have to be doing 50 million Canadian destroyers in one match, okay?
All I'm
That's
saying,
what I was
all
about
I'm
to go
saying
at.
is a Canadian destroyer. It defines physics. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
bro.
It's not real. It can't be done.
If I could do that, I would do it 100 times too.
Like,
Now, one thing that I
gosh.
find slightly interesting, I guess, going back into Exodus a little bit. Apparently, I'm sorry, I can't talk about this one without laughing. So how does it feel knowing that apparently you are Connor Knox's sleep paralysis demon?
I'll leave it with one word: fitting. I should be strictly business brand of Barretta should be any independent wrestler's sleep paralysis demon, because I'm the standard of professional wrestling, and I show them exactly what they're afraid to be, which is an athlete, someone who takes it serious. So if you're an
100%.
independent wrestler and you don't take this business as seriously as I do, damn right, I should be your sleep paralysis demon.
Sorry, it's just Connor's a trip. I love Connor.
Yeah, he's a good kid. But I guess I got to beat the business into him, for him to understand it a little bit.
Right. I mean, at this rate, I feel like he's literally just going to keep coming back and back and back and back. I mean, he didn't learn from the scramble match. Then he tried to come back, and then you left. I mean, we saw the video from the promo I shot of him. That his chest was red. Yeah.
Those weren't even good chops. I didn't even get good ones on him. A couple of them were thuds, and I was a bit pissed off about it.
That scares me.
Because he's not just dents in the head; he's dents in the chest. So
that's a good one. Now, going into our final question here before we hop into our mainstream topics, and this is one that I usually, well, actually two questions. I'm sorry, because I forgot there are two questions I typically like to ask. Now, who would you say in the professional wrestling business so far since you've started has been one of your biggest inspirations or biggest mentors, you'd say? And if so, who?
Oh, okay. I mean, I would have a few.
Go for it. That's even better.
So, starting off like training in the St. Louis area, being at Bob's school. Obviously, Bob is in his 70s, well into his 70s. So there's a few guys there from SICW who were critical to teaching the actual movement, of in-ring stuff. Being Sean Vincent, the big Texan, Gary Jackson, who I swear is a vampire. Brother doesn't age. I don't know.
Isn't he like in his 60s now?
I don't know how old he is. That's the problem. Because I've seen, I've wrestled Gary, and he can still go. And then I see, I'm wrestling the same guy that wrestled Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels first won the Intercontinental title. Or this guy, or Gary wrestled Razor Ramon on Raw. He did stuff with WCW. I'm just like, brother, when is it time? What do you, how are you still going? So my joke with Gary all the time, because he calls himself the Night Train, is I always tell him, and it gets him a little bit in the beginning of a match, but I'll go, I hope that Night Train runs on coal, because I'm about to gas your ass out. Basically I'm going to blow you up. And it almost gets him every time. But, those three guys really had a big factor really early on in my career. And then kind of as I got my feet on the ground, and started feeling a little more comfortable, started reaching out and talking to guys like, Attila Khan from SICW. He's an original Harley race trainee. He was the DI back when WLW was first starting. Steve Fender, also another Harley race trainee, who I was very close with in the sense of like, hey, I need to make this decision. Can you kind of guide me in a direction? Him and Attila Khan are two guys that were very important to get me to where I'm at now. And then also, obviously, EC3 would probably be my current mentor, just in the sense of like, if I ever have any questions about like the business side of things, even in-ring stuff, like he's the guy that, he puts what I say top guy shit mentality into people. And I don't think there's anybody else you can get it from except for him. So, anytime you see me put TGS in a hashtag or, anything like that, or I call myself a top guy in a promo, that's straight from EC3. That's that mentality. So I would say those list of names, from Bob Orton to Sean Vincent to Attila Khan, Big Tex and Gary Jackson, EC3, Steve Fender, like there's a handful of guys I would say through my career have been very important.
Hell yeah. So, final question. Say that you just got done with the show. Where is it that you typically will like to stop, and what will you order?
Subway.
Okay, well that's the first one. What's the order?
Italian BMT. Mustard, mayo, lettuce, tomato. That's it. Foot long.
Solid.
Yes.
Solid order. Hell yeah.
This guy lives it, dude. This isn't some play. Listen, bro. I can tell off the bat when shit is genuine. This man's genuine. This is not played up. He is by the fucking book. Do it the fuck right. That was oh my god, that was it's
the perfect way to end a show day, because you go typically the day before a show, I'm going strictly no carbs, and that's just to lean up a little bit before the show, and then the morning of the show I'm literally just eating eggs. Like that's it, no carbs, nothing. About 6 to 8 eggs that morning. Then I don't eat till after my show, which is where I'll get that foot long and have my carbs and everything like that. I will have a little bit of sodium before a show, so I'll have like a packet of those like little snap pickles, just to make sure I don't cramp and stuff like that. But that Subway foot long is definitely that's what I'm chasing at the end of the day.
Nice.
We've had the most egregious answers on this show for this question, and a lot of them end up at Waffle House. That was the first like by the book standard, dude. I'm a wrestler. I treat myself seriously. Like answer to that question, I was shocked to hear it. I was like, whoa. Man's going to Subway for a foot long, and that is a standard ass foot long. Like, we are not fucking around with my diet, my body here. All right, we are just.
No. You get
specific
like,
foot long though.
What's what?
You say you get an Italian.
It's an Italian BMT. So
Italian BMT. Yes.
It basically just adds ham. Is all it does.
Yeah. That was beautiful. I commend you, man. That was the best answer ever.
Oh no, I learned the last Exodus show that we worked that basically that's pretty much how everyone works. Like they just, keep to being light before the show, don't really eat anything until after their match or after the show. Like the last show, we had 2 full 24 packs of Uncrustables, plus a bunch of freaking Texas cinnamon rolls, plus all these bags of chips, plus 3/4 of that shit. It was gone. It was fucking gone by the end of the show.
Yeah.
I had 3 different people. Huh?
I wouldn't have minded an Uncrustable, but I didn't see those at all.
Oh, damn. God damn it! I thought I was gonna make it out of the interview without pissing someone
It
off.
fucking really is true, dude. It really
God
is true.
damn it!
Every single wrestler will not resist an Uncrustable.
No,
Like that.
dude, I've done extra work for AEW a couple times, and those guys are on TV weekly. And I'm just gonna be honest. I've had one interaction with Daniel Garcia, and it was taking Uncrustables at the same time. I proceeded to watch him, and I mean, this might be out on him. I don't know. I don't know the guy, but I watched him take 12 Uncrustables out of catering.
What?
12.
12?
I counted as he's walking away because I'm like, that's absurd. They're 360 calories a piece. What are you doing? Like, are you eating those as soon as you get back to the hotel, Daniel?
I was gonna say I might end up upsetting Michael by saying this, but he had a full crash out at the last show because we ran out. And nobody left him any before the match. No one left him any after his match. And literally, he looked in the box, saw there was none, and he's like, "Where the fuck are the Uncrustables?"
Someone should have took that into consideration.
Yeah, apparently two's not
Because
enough.
you want to talk about a guy that takes himself seriously. I mean, EC3 consistently remains under 3% body fat.
Yeah.
So
That's actually that stayed in
wants
character.
Uncrustable after his match. God damn it! Like EC3 should have one.
Yes, no, I agree. And what I have learned is that next time, instead of buying 2 24-packs, I apparently need to buy 5. So
Yes.
That's a fair. I would just go to Costco.
that's what I do. I just go to Costco. For only like $15.
My order was obviously like, because I was gonna get 2 boxes. Fuck.
Yeah, because you knew what was going to happen. But
You're
I mean,
still
honest. Can we just talk about? Okay, so what is the obsession with Uncrustables? Like,
Yeah, I gotta know, dude. Like
I
is it the jelly?
don't. No one has ever explained the lore to me, so that's the final question. Actually, what is the obsession with Uncrustables?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. Like, because like if you look at the macros on them, they're actually pretty terrible for you.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like, doesn't that go against your guys' diet?
Yeah, they do. They really do. I think it's kind of one of those things that's like if you eat one of them, like you'll be all right, you know.
What's the math on 12?
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, 12's absurd. And I still like if I had the opportunity to ask Daniel Garcia, like, hey, what was your plan? I would love to. Like, is that how you get on TV? Like, is that what we got to do? Is it like Tony Khan has to see how many Uncrustables you can eat? Or is that...
Company,
that's what it takes to get
no.
into AEW.
He's skinny too.
If that's what it takes to get into AEW, like, I'll eat 2 24-packs.
With that company, maybe it's
like
maybe he's
you're over here like I'll turn it into a competitive eating contest.
no.
If you think I take this seriously,
maybe with that company, because I know like sometimes you're on TV, sometimes you're taking a 4-month vacation. Maybe he was just like, you know, stocking up.
brother was on Collision that Saturday.
Oh well, then fuck, dude. I tried helping you, bro. Like,
Trust me, I mapped it out. I was curious. Like,
Could it possibly
I
be
watched
the
you walk
hashish?
away with 12 Uncrustables, 6 in each hand.
I was gonna say, could it possibly be the hashish? I know there's a lot of wrestlers that partake in the greener side of things, if you know what I mean.
Hey,
No.
yeah.
nah,
They just signed. No, I'm not even gonna finish that line.
because listen, as a partaker, there ain't no way you can go through. I couldn't go through 12 fucking before I die. Like, there's no bev.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Did he have a bev? Did he have any milk?
He walked away with 6 Uncrustables, 6 in each hand. There's no way to hold anything else.
No bev. There's no way.
Yeah,
He would try. Oh
There's
my
no way.
god!
Listen,
That
something I
is
question to this
funny.
day.
that is
that
yeah.
is
You know
funny.
what? Uncrustables, man. You know, Smuckers. Good job. I didn't know you had
Yeah.
the wrestling industry cornered like this. That's,
I was
Wow.
gonna say, now knowing this, how does Smuckers not like sponsor like WWE or AEW?
no, you know what? Don't shut up. Don't give nobody no fucking ideas.
Yeah,
All right.
We're gonna get a Smucker's logo in the center of the ring next. Thank you, Eric.
Wait, hold on. Okay, Michael, if you're listening to me right now, I need you to find out who the contact is to Smuckers. I know you know people.
Shut fucking
Eric.
up.
No, we're gonna have Michael do it. All right, it's okay.
Smucker's logos on turnbuckles. What are we doing?
Oh my gosh.
And then when he gets the connection, then we get the connection.
Wait,
And
but
this is
but
how-
but think about the pros. That would be like an unlimited lifetime supply of Uncrustables.
No.
Exactly.
The issue you guys aren't
Oh.
realizing is that wrestlers would then just become out of shape.
That is true. The whole roster
Yeah.
would go out of shape because they'd all be
This
getting
is-
fat on Uncrustables.
Yeah, this is a body business. I think wrestlers should have to pay for their Uncrustables.
You know what?
Well, now
you-
that makes sense
you know
why
what, you make a
WWE is
great
sponsored
point.
by Man Wipes.
I can just imagine fucking Eric being like the reason everybody fucking has an Uncrustable fucking addiction like that can't be fucking cured because it's being fed by a lifetime supply of just free Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Then you have like 700 fucking Rikishi lookalikes. We're never gonna get another moveset besides fucking ass and turnbuckles.
Dude.
Thanks, Eric.
What? I like Uncrustables, okay? They're good. I'm
You
not
can
on a
say-
diet.
You can say that after the 500th fucking wrestler who has a finisher like the Annihilator.
Yo.
Okay, so all right, so Richard Holiday's gonna be giving me signature moves. Bougie's gonna kill me at the next show because he's mad that I kept on the video that he fell down the stairs, and then possibly Brandon might go after me because I'm making everyone on the roster fat. Great. I'm just making enemies every week. This is great.
You haven't even
But
figured
didn't
out
you
what we're
tell-
gonna do to you in sick yet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't worry.
Wait, what are you talking
We-
about?
We're not gonna let you know. That's for surprises.
Oh, god damn
And
it.
besides, didn't you tell me you love burpees?
Wait, burpees. Oh yeah, shit. And I have to do fucking burpees with Pretty Boy. God damn.
You gotta do
Yeah.
burpees with PB.
Listen,
Yeah,
all
it's-
I'm saying is that
Is
the
there a
transfer
room
papers.
that is tall enough to get his big ass doing burpees? Like, what are we doing?
No, it's not him doing burpees. It's me doing the fucking burpees.
Oh,
Like,
dear
look,
God,
it's an
I was
inside
they're gonna have
joke.
They're going to extend the roof on that place. He's like 7 foot tall. He's too tall, like, for his own good.
Honest to God, truth, Eric. All I'm saying is that the contract for the transfer for this podcast is written. It's ready for you to sign.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Did you write up a contract?
Yeah, dude, it's called your will and testament.
When were you gonna tell me about this?
It's in his will, dude. Like I
All right.
talk to him
Okay,
about
hosting
it.
duties are in his will, not ownership, because it's still under me.
Oh no! It was written with you having like a fair percentage of ownership. We're gonna go, 50-50. Relax. We're just
Oh my gosh.
we're plugging a hole here. Like,
I'm just making enemies everywhere, apparently.
Hey, that's the
We're already
business.
prepping for.
Yeah, call me
The moment
fucking
you
Vince
keel
Russo, I
over.
guess. At least in the match rundown, I didn't book myself to get a title.
Oh. Or as the freaking general manager.
Right?
no, that would have been funny though.
It would have been. Now, into the mainstream highlights before we go a little too off topic. Now, I do want to give a big congratulations to AJ Styles on officially being inducted on this year's 2026 Hall of Fame. I feel like that was very well deserved. How do y'all feel about this?
I don't think they could have picked anyone better, to
Agreed.
fill in this year.
I do agree with that. And even though I hated how Monday Night Raw ended up, which we'll get into with the injury portion because of two of them, but yeah, I think ending it with AJ's Hall of Fame announcement was perfect. Do I wish it would have been? It could have even been Nick Aldis, considering their history in TNA. I would have been happy. I got confused on why it was Taker.
I think Taker's kind of almost become like that gatekeeper. To an
Yeah, I was
extent.
gonna say I think he's the guy doing that now. Like was it Stephanie? Like he even,
Yeah.
like he announced her.
Yep.
They were like sitting in the crowd or something like that, and he like sat next to her and got a microphone and like something like that. I feel like I remember seeing.
Yeah, that's how she got her announcement
Yeah.
at WrestlePalooza, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
WrestlePalooza. Yep.
I think Taker's just that guy now. Like that's his kind of on-screen role of like, hey, you're going into the Hall of Fame. Because what did he say? He said, like he said that there's that one saying like, if you see me coming, you're already gone. But he changed it to where if you see me coming, you're going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see Taker coming, you're going to the Hall of Fame. You know.
Trico, how do you feel about it?
Well, considering what Darnell says, he got the Ric Flair Shawn Michaels treatment.
Yep. He did. Now,
but
go ahead.
Mr. TNA is going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
was
he's
proper.
WWE.
Is he the first TNA guy to go in?
actually, yeah, I think so.
I want to say he's the first TNA original to go in.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, something I did want to bring up that happened this past week on Power. This isn't necessarily in the mainstream highlights, but I noticed it yesterday while I was doing some work, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. It seems that Miss Kenzie Page may have decided to take a note out of Nia Jax's book a little bit. And when you see the clip, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
Don A's, I think you know which one I'm talking about because I know you've already watched this week's episode.
Oh God.
Here y'all go. Here, let me make sure the volume's up. All right.
Getting the calisthenics in and gets tripped up.
Just listen to the end.
Whoa. Okay. Well, that's vintage Piper offense.
Yeah,
seriously.
Oh my God, my
Kenzie.
Oh Lord.
What did she say?
Oh my God, my ball.
Look, that was a fun. Other than that, I genuinely did think that was a fun match. You can tell them two had a lot of fun working together. I just
now
thought,
you just pissed off Pretty Empowered by replaying that.
in story, yes, but I'm pissing off everybody, so I'll just play along.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, though, I mean, this will be my little plug to say if you haven't already, go on to Roku Plus on demand, watch NWA Power if you haven't already. Bang, bang, boom. Thank you. Now, rest of these mainstream highlights, just gonna run down them real quick. Now, thanks to a microphone shot to the skull, Liv Morgan confirmed she is going after Stephanie Vakir and the women's world title at WrestleMania. Whoop-de-fucking-do. We already knew that.
Surprise of nobody.
I was gonna say crickets. Lots and lots of crickets.
Does Liv versus Jays make any sense?
No.
Come on, people.
No. And I'm gonna correct you all on this because when Jade was out for as long as she was, and who was the one that got blamed for when Naomi took her out last year for months? It was Liv and Raquel. Liv easily could have got her pound of flesh and swerved everybody.
Come on, man.
And
that story was
personally,
under the bridge.
I just think Liv versus Jade would have been a bigger match than Liv versus Stephanie right now.
Oh, no. That would have been a botch all over that, man. No.
It would have been a straight botch. I don't think it would have been well. I don't see the story there.
Other than what I just said, with more history than what you just manufactured with the roles,
and plus you will see heel versus heel.
Yeah, that would be heel versus heel. Heel versus heel usually don't really. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I feel like with matches there always has to be a baby face and a heel, because I feel like if you try to put two baby faces up against one another or two heels up against one another, it kind of just kills a little bit. I don't know. I might be wrong there, Brandon.
I think it depends on the situation. Like you can do baby versus baby, and it just be a wrestling classic. I think like if you look back at like some early 2000s, like mid 2010s, like Ring of Honor. You when you get those guys, you get those matches. That's like you get the crowd chanting both these guys. Or whatever, like that's a pretty good baby match if that's happening. As far as heel versus heel, at that point you're just jockeying to see who's the bigger asshole, you know? So like, do I think if you got like, let's say prime TNA 1%er EC3, you know, full heeled, you know, Dixie Carter's nephew versus like current NWA Carson Drake, heel versus heel, yeah, I think that'd be great to see. You know, but I think it's all based on the situation. You know,
More importantly, all right, just relax. All right.
Wait, what?
Wait, did I not put?
You put a tweet up on
Just
the
because she won on a
Never
random.
mind. The picture didn't. I wanted to put up, didn't upload. I gotta upload.
Okay,
Wait, what did you put up?
The tweet.
Yeah,
where Liv was like, "I already beat you."
Yeah, no, that was for the last topic. My bad. Go ahead, continue. I think this file's corrupt. That's why I uploaded.
Okay. Now Zaruka is completely dead officially, and Zarya is getting a title opportunity next week against JCJ. Now, here's my shtick. Actually, wait a minute. This kind of goes completely against what I just said because this is technically a heel versus heel. God damn it. I had to do that a lot. I contradict myself quite quickly. I could see Zarya actually going over here.
Fuck.
What'd you say?
No, nothing.
I don't, because they never gave an injury update on Soul, and we have Vengeance Day maybe about a week or so after this.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that I think they might have her go over. I think they might have Zarya go over on JC Jane to then set up a title match between the two of them at Vengeance Day.
No, I see the three-way at Vengeance Day because they've gotten involved in each other's title matches. Zarya wins at Vengeance Day, and then Stand and Deliver.
Okay, I see exactly what you're saying now. Yeah, no, that would make complete sense, actually.
Yeah. So I see somehow Soul comes back, interferes in the match. We get the triple threat at Vengeance Day, and then go from there.
And then maybe JC Jane finally goes to the main roster.
So, and this goes to another part of the mainstream, since you brought that up. The speed tournament, you got to get the speed title off Fallon. I think Thea Hale gets the speed title.
Where is that? Is that still streaming on X?
No,
Nope, they put the
they
speed titles on
that and
NXT.
Yeah, they bought it NXT now.
Oh, it's like on NXT, like on the CW?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The speed titles are officially NXT canon.
Is
which
this the where the
3-minute deal? Yes.
Oh, okay.
3 minutes.
Even though Ilya Flair won the speed title in a 7-minute triple threat match.
What was the whole or no, maybe yeah, never mind. Maybe we haven't gotten there yet.
What?
The whole the betrayal that happened on NXT.
We're talking about Zaruka, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, oh okay, so we are there. Yeah. Alright, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like Zaruka, and we transitioned into Fatal getting caught up, which wasn't led into another point in the mainstream of the speed titles, with Ilya Fire being the new men's speed champion after that 3-way.
Yes.
And then now, Thea Hale is fighting the winner of Ren St. Clair and Nikita Lyons, with the winner going on to fight Fallon. And that's why I was like, Thea's going to end up with that title, and then Fatal gets caught up probably after Mania.
All right.
So I just combined them.
Yeah. No, you're good. And then another thing actually about Ellie on the floor.
Before we bypass, because you guys missed on the whole Sol Ruka thing.
No, we just talked about it.
No. You missed one important detail.
What?
Do you remember what happened the last time a surfer got screwed? in wrestling by a best friend?
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
do you not see? Do you not see? Let me show you. Hell yeah, bro. I can't wait.
Oh, for the love of God.
I actually can't wait, bro! Come on, dude!
Bro,
Soruka coming from the rafters!
stop! Stop!
Here's
What the hell, monkey?
No!
no.
I had to uninterrupt that. I had to uninterrupt that to make sure I got that shit in.
No. Stop!
That's what he's been waiting.
Here's the dumb part about that.
Oh
It's not gonna
God!
end up Sting.
Oh God!
It's not gonna end up Sting with anything. It's gonna end up 2017 Becky Charlotte, because you heard the cheers the second Zarya beat the out of Soul. So I think we're going to get heel Becky and Zarya versus babyface Charlotte and Sol Ruka at Stand and Deliver for the title.
You mother freaker!
I'm sorry I had to make the comparison, but the
No,
second they
not
started,
not you, monkey. What the heck?
Now
Oh
we
my
can't get
God.
that out of his head.
Soruka from the rafters!
I can't get that out of my head now.
She's gonna
I hate
she's
you.
gonna have Liv Morgan's bat. I'm telling you, bro, it's coming.
Oh my gosh.
You're a fucking idiot, monkey.
Can we
I
move on?
was trying so hard to extend because that was the one I was trying to upload. It wouldn't fucking upload. I'm so glad I fixed it. I didn't want to let that
talk about the Vanity
bypass.
Project before Monkey just kills.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. The Vanity Project are the new NXT Tag Team Champions, and as Donne's already mentioned, Elio LaFleur is the new WWE Men's Speed Champion, which he is the first French WWE Champion since Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very nice little stat there for y'all. Shawn Michaels has confirmed that Stand and Deliver will not take place during WrestleMania weekend for the first time ever and will be on April 4th in St. Louis at the Factory. That's intriguing to me. I'm wondering why they didn't do it. Wonder if it had anything to do with ticket sales, and maybe because of the fact that a lot of people don't want to go spend an arm and a leg in Vegas. But
Yeah, dude, consider that, bro. Like, Vegas, bro, existing in Vegas, you're already fucking losing money. Like,
I was gonna say,
Yes.
just breathing there is expensive.
now you gotta sit there for like fucking 2 full asses.
You know what the
2-day
cheapest
events,
thing is?
like-
No, you know what the cheapest thing is in Vegas? The weed.
No, that is absolutely not true.
Yes, it is. I've looked up the websites and the dispensaries. They're
No,
cheap as
dude,
fuck
no,
there.
dude, no, dude.
Okay, can we move on?
Then I don't know where the fuck you buy shit at, because that is you must be in a fucking place of well, you live in a third world country, so that actually makes sense.
I live.
But no,
I
dude,
live in Ohio. So does Brandon.
the Vegas tax is insane-o. It's insane-o over there.
Gosh.
Insane-o over there. All right, I was over there stuck on a fucking layover to go to Sacramento. I couldn't get the fuck out of Vegas quick enough.
Can we talk about Miles Bourne before you two just start talking about weed?
Weed is great. Make weed great again.
My gosh.
Now,
New NXT North American Champion, Miles
yes,
Bourne.
Miles Bourne is the new NXT North American Champion. Oka Sasuke, who is on an excursion from Pro Wrestling Noah currently, made his NXT debut in a dark match this past Tuesday against Stax. Independent star Zozaya made his NXT debut at a live event this past weekend under the name Romeo Moreno. And after destroying Sheamus with a cold and being one of the trainers for Bayley's Lone Star Seminar, Ivy Nile has launched her own workout series with her husband Ari, training with Emily on her YouTube channel.
One thing I wanted to mention, with Miles Bourne becoming the new North American champion, him and her girlfriend Stephanie Vaquera become the second couple
Here you
to ever
go.
win the North American title, with the first being Carmelo Hayes and Kalani Jordan.
I knew you were going to bring that up, but okay.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, that is a good feat to reach. Now, to Go down their injury list before we go into the DLC updates. Bronson Reed.
Oh, fuck me. Do we have to do this fucking... this is gonna hurt.
Bronson Reed is currently out with a bicep tear.
All right, stop. Before you go anymore, I just gotta... What the... Is it a curse? What the fuck is wrong with the Vision? Like, now that they're all... I'm afraid for Paul Heyman.
The original Vision is dead.
Now, I'm afraid for Paul Heyman, bro. I'm actually afraid for Paul Heyman. I think he's gonna, like, step out of his house and fucking shatter his fucking ankle, and then he's gonna be laid up too for 7 months. Like, dude, what the fuck? Holy shit!
I do agree with you on that.
It was originally Seth, then Braun, now Bronson. So they just have
Bronson.
they just have Logan, Austin Theory, and Paul.
Yep.
They put their whole fucking poker chips on that fucking faction, and all 3 of them are dead. I haven't seen that. That is a catastrophe. I haven't seen that something like that in a while, bro. Like,
It's been a long time since some shit happened like that.
The original plan, and I guarantee you this, was Braun versus Seth at Mania.
Yeah.
Or the implosion of the Vision after Mania. And then Seth went down.
Yep.
Now, Braun destroyed his, like, freaking leg. And he went down. That screwed up that match. Depending on Seth's recovery. Now, Bronson, off of not only tripping going in to break up a cover, but also a German suplex, which I don't know why they had El Grande trying to lift him.
Wrestling, baby.
Nah, Bronson landed awkwardly, and I think that's when it happened, and he just aggravated it when he off of breaking up the cover. Because you could tell when he landed off that German, he was just done.
What the fuck is Paul Heyman gonna do now, dude? Like, God.
Invest in Pokemon cards.
Invest in Pokemon cards.
I mean, that probably has a hand in why they kind of maybe brought Brock back into the fold.
Oh, yeah, he went immediately back to Brock that night.
Yep.
True. Because that's the only thing they can do now, unless they pair him with somebody new. Who the fuck are you gonna pair him with? Man, that sucks. What a catastrophe.
I do think we get either probably Brock Oba at Mania.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. Like, Brock's gonna appear. Who's gonna challenge? When Brock's appear, who's gonna challenge? And by that last week before WrestleMania, Oba comes in. That's how I see it going.
Yep, which is not a good build. But what the hell
What if? Although I really do, I actually see Oba Femi is the more probable thing in that scenario. But what if Gunther?
Nah, they're gonna save that for SummerSlam.
Yeah, because that's in Brock's hometown.
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. If we're gonna retire, yeah. All right. Yeah. I forget he's Gunther's doing the whole retirement thing.
Career killer gimmick.
Yep.
And as I was talking with Keebler a few days ago, there is a short list of people that could actually give Gunther a legit feud with the momentum he's built.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're not talking careers, remember when Brock came back? Like, the first thing we all said on UWO, the match to book, somehow, in some way, don't know how, is Brock and fucking Gunther. So,
they was originally supposed to have that at WrestleMania 40, but hey, you know what happened.
Yep. So, I mean, your WrestleMania plans are fucking cooked, and then cooked again, and then cooked again, and then cooked again. You might as well, bro, at least fan service this shit and put Brock Lesnar in a fucking feud with Gunther, because that is legitimate.
Nah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think good this match is gonna be with Rey Mysterio, and he retires Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Nah, I don't think Gunther's gonna do that. I think
No.
Dom
With this
gets Rey
whole
Mysterio.
feud with Dragon Lee, like, where is this going?
I think Dom
I
gets Rey
do
Mysterio.
agree with Trico. I think we get the Ray match at Mania because I think we get Dom versus Finn for that IC title at Mania.
That would be the only. Yeah, I can see that. That would be the only way is if we're putting Dom in a title match. But I really, dude, I understand
So-
how much what you're saying makes sense because I could see it going that way, especially with like how they do things. But I really deep down feel like Mysterio's going out with his kid.
But you have Dom losing to Penta on Monday. That's how you get the Ray match. The only way I see Dom not going against Finn.
That's going to be a
is if
telling
Penta
match.
wins Monday.
Yeah, that's going to be a telling match. I agree with that.
Okay. Before we trail off, let's scroll down a little bit in these mainstream. And
Well, wait.
Really,
you
our
didn't-
injuries.
We stopped on the injury list. We need
no,
everything after.
yeah, we
Bronson.
stopped in the injury. My bad. Because Maxine, like hers was just kayfabe, and I don't know why they did that and kept that part of the scripts. A segment right after Brunson just tore his bicep.
Ah, you stick with the plans, bro. Shit's already written.
True. Fair. And then Jada Parker's reported neck issues were just fabricated by the media, including Self, and she's back. Screwing over Blake Monroe to where Blake can't beat Thea Hale. And then the big one, which was the big one just for the aftermath, I would say, is Penelope Ford suffered a sprained ankle after a missed moonsault to the floor.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But jackasses, and this is where I'm gonna get heated. It's not all on Harley for the point of y'all harassing her on social media within a day for her to have to deactivate all of her social media.
Who is this?
Harley Cameron got harassed after apparently missing a moonsault, not catching somebody off of a.
She missed her spot.
Moonsault. Yeah, she missed her spot and is getting harassed by a bunch of.
She missed her spot, and,
Twitter trolls.
and Ford got hurt. Ford sprained her ankle because she, no one was there to catch her in a moonsault.
So she sprained her ankle, might be out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, but
And
people on the
everyone's
internet.
harping on
The ones that should have caught her.
Twitter is a reckless abandon. And that's where we get most of our followers and views, which is crazy that I'm going to say that, but it is reckless abandon. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like from being in the business and being a wrestler, I doubt the person that like did the moonsault was even that mad. Like if she would have like snapped her leg or something, yeah, probably would have been a little pissed off. But like a sprained ankle, like you'll wrestle in 2 weeks, if not the next week with a brace. Like it's that sounds a bit blown out of proportion. Just being someone who's an in-ring competitor, like people shouldn't be jumping down anybody's throat, regardless of stance of whether they're a fan or they're in the business. Like that's a and B type of conversation, I feel like, between the person that missed the move and then the person that was supposed to catch that person.
I really agree.
What is the term, the internet wrestling community, IWC, that people always talk about? Like, I don't know, people are quick to judge when they've never stepped foot in the ring or been a part of a match or anything like that. Like that stuff happens all the time, and you can't be mad or berate someone just because a mistake happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately, in this business, mistakes do happen on a regular basis, and there are some people that take it way too seriously and feel like that their opinion means something to where they have to almost harass the wrestlers, and that's just not right. Like, I don't agree with that whatsoever.
No, like I don't know. It happens all the time. Like, I mean,
Bro, if there was parlays, I'd understand the rage. If there was like betting and whatever, yeah, okay, I'd get it.
I
Like,
mean, but again, like even then, like who the hell's betting money on a who's betting money on professional wrestling?
that's what I'm saying. There's no parlays, so the like this shit's unwarranted. If like this was like costing people money, I might be able to understand maybe some sort of aggravation to it. But like, bro, it's fucking.
But even
it's
then,
professional
like,
wrestling, bro. Get over it.
Did the missed moonsault resulting in a sprained ankle change the finish of the match?
It did, because I believe they were. I believe that Megan and Penelope were supposed to originally go over and win the titles, but then because of the ankle sprain, then it turned into them retaining.
Okay.
Off of a DQ. So
okay.
And I think they ended it like almost immediately after that.
Yeah, they went home as soon as the spot was done.
Yeah.
Which is again, it's occupational risks.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I understand people being fired up from a fan base perspective, but like at no point does anybody deserve to be harassed to the point of, did you say someone shut down all their social medias or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that clearly I think was definitely overdone.
Jade Cargill got away with her first year at WWE. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright. X is a reckless abandon. I love all my followers on there, but total reckless abandon. Follow me on Kick. Exactly. It's a better platform.
Oh, Lord. And with that being said, I'm going to be the one, Eric, if you don't mind, because I think I know, Trico and I know a little bit more about this. If you order at least the King of King edition, which that's the $100 edition, you can order the freaking Attitude Era. It's Trico. It's Attitude Era, Monday Night War, or Monday Night War, Attitude Era.
You got the King of Kings, you got Attitude Era, and the highest tier, which is Monday Night War.
Okay, that's the order, yeah. But with that, WWE 2K26 pre-ordered copies will be out next Friday. If you don't pre-order it, you got till the 13th. But you will not have the current NXT champion on your game roster because Joe Hendry is the pre-order bonus. And the first DLC pack is AAA themed. But to get to all that content, it's within the freaking Battle Pass. They put all the DLC content in the Battle Passes this year.
What does that mean?
It's basically it's an all or nothing. You either buy it all or you get none of it. So the Battle Pass is like a seasonal pass for all the DLC that they'll release for the game. It's typical for 2K to do shit like that. It's what they do with their basketball game too. But basically, the way DLC packs are supposed to work is you can just pick and choose which pack you want, and you don't have to spend like a god load of money. But 2K likes to lock it all behind passes, and then you have to buy it all, or you don't buy any of it.
So do you have to
grind the game?
You have to buy a pass and the DLC? Or
yeah, it's the way gaming works, especially at the AAA level. Like you spend like $120, $140 for a fucking base game, and then you still have to spend another $60 to like get the full game.
That's insane.
Yeah. So with this, it's at least 100 just to even get all the content for the game. And then if you don't get the 150 to get all the battle passes for free. But if you don't, I want to say it's going to run you like $160, 160 plus. And I'm like,
Yeah,
come on now.
the state of gaming is fucking terrible right now, especially at the AAA level. Be an indie gamer.
Well, you better save all your money because Resident Evil, the new Resident game just came out. We're getting 007, you're getting the Wolverine, and at the end of all, GTA 6.
Yeah, you know why? Because now they're gonna now that they've raised that fucking price, and they're gonna sit there and justify it by making you buy all those titles that you're not gonna say no to, and games at the AAA level are fucked. If they're fucked, they're fucked. GTA 6 is gonna be an awesome game. No one's gonna say no to it. It's gonna be the most expensive game you ever bought, and it's gonna crash that or like reset that market. Yeah, AAA gaming is fucking fucked right now.
And here's the even more messed up part. And this is going to be the last thing I say on this, and then we can go right into the chamber preview. But you're forgetting one game that's scheduled out, and that's already got the pre-orders ready to go with the season pass revealed, and that's Tokon Fighting Souls, a Marvel Arc Systems game. Comes out before GTA 6. Like, the gaming market this year is insane, and it kicks off next week with 2K.
Yep.
And speaking of kicking off soon, tomorrow actually, freaking the Elimination Chamber, which kind of feels predictable as hell to me.
It does. I already know who's winning the men's one. Cody's winning the men's one. We all know Cody's winning the men's one because it's going to be Drew versus Cody.
It's the
and that's how Cody's going to finally become. That's how we're finally going to get Homelander Cody. Please, we've waited so long.
Broken. That's why it's so fucking predictable nowadays, because the build is broken. The build of WrestleMania is broken, and now we're shoehorning shit, and it's. I'm telling you, everything leading up to this WrestleMania is going to be hella predictable.
Yep.
Because they're on like plan fucking Z right now.
So, Becky versus AJ. You've got most likely AJ winning because there's no way she's losing her first match in over a decade. First singles match. In Chicago, her adopted hometown. In over a decade. The only unpredictable match on that card is the Women's Chamber.
Yep.
Because you could make a case it's going to end up Jade versus Tiffy. I don't see that. I could see them muddying the waters to go with a women's triple threat on Raw and adding Raquel. Because they've teased Charlotte versus Jade since Jade debuted on SmackDown. And I feel like Charlotte versus Jade is a WrestleMania match they would pull a rabbit out of a hat to do.
Oh, yeah. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Punk versus Finn, it's all about when do they pull the trigger on Dom and Finn's storyline. Because there's no damn way they are going to drop Punk and Roman.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
And with that being said, yeah, we're down to the Indieverse people with this crazy episode of the day.
Oh, yeah. And no, I'm not stating this as news just because of the fact that this person happens to work for Nelio. It is actually very unfortunate that this happened. Florida independent wrestler Nicholas Hernandez Lucero, that also works as a surgical tech in the Miami area, has been detained by ICE.
I'm so glad we're covering this.
Has been detained by ICE since February 11th. This one's a little bit messed up only because she has been going through the proper documentation. She has a work visa. She has her paperwork. She's been in the process of becoming a citizen. And there is not necessarily a full story release. There isn't like any body cam footage of showing like how she was acting or any of that thing of that nature. But same time, like, I don't necessarily agree with this pickup. I really don't. I hope that her husband is able to collect the funds that he needs to in order to rectify the entire situation. And yeah, this is why we got blue-haired people running around saying ICE is evil. Because unfortunate situations happen like this.
Like, what's crazy to me, this story is actually very black pilling to me. We all know we run the Thursday U-Pull podcast, so like I've been on my black pill shit lately. This is,
I just want a pet gator.
Societal at a societal level, very black pilling, because like when you go and watch people like interact with this particular story, and then you know what you know, which is better than what they know. Motherfuckers like come up with like any fucking reason under the sun to justify this shit. Like it's a good thing that it happened, but like motherfucker, I watched the same video and read the same fucking words in the same fucking articles being written on this woman as everybody the fuck else, and I couldn't, like, there were so many people just fucking convinced that she didn't have a work visa. I'm like, yo, hello, do you know how this shit works? Like, she had to have a work visa.
You can't just get a job as a surgical tech. Like, you can't just walk in and be like, hey, I want to work here. Like, they're gonna ask you for documentation. They're gonna ask you to make sure that you're a citizen of the or not necessarily even a citizen of the United States, but that you are legal to work in the United States. I mean, Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong here, but don't you technically have to do the same thing as a wrestler?
You do.
Like, if you wanted to travel to Canada and technically wrestle in Canada or over to the UK or vice versa, if they wanted to come here from the UK or Canada, they do have to get a work visa.
Yeah. So that's kind of got me messed up a little bit with people being like, "Oh, he can't get paperwork."
No, dude, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you
like
know,
she would not be able to be doing what she is doing as a profession, besides the fact of professional wrestling, if she didn't have the proper paperwork to do so.
When you know what we know, and like you have like a little bit of inside knowledge on something, you really can tell, like, God, how many fucking people are actually stupid. And then
I'm saying this on both sides.
They come up with these like fucking scenarios that aren't even like real, to justify like craziness, instead of like looking into it and going, well, maybe that's a fucking problem. Because yeah, that's a fucking problem, bro. I don't know, bro. That's crazy to me.
Oh no, that is a problem. Now, some other stuff that we got going on this weekend. GCW has a couple shows going on this weekend. They got What's My Name happening tonight. And then I did not know this was a thing, but Johnny can wait, what the fuck is he calling himself now? Why does Johnny always have a different last name with every promotion he works for?
John Hennigan has to go off that bit now.
Like, oh my God, every single promotion. We've got Johnny Game Changer, Johnny Elite. We've got in fucking, what's next? Oh yeah, we got Johnny Impact before too, because they basically were trying to turn him into the superhero.
And then Austin Aries killed that bit.
But he may lose his hair this weekend.
Yo.
He's in a hair versus hair match versus Angel de Oro. Interesting.
Oh.
Very interesting. So we might have two wrestlers on the roster in AEW that people will just be staring at and saying, "Bold!"
No, they already have two. Ricochet and Yuta.
I really want... Is it bad that I want to see Yuta without the beanie? I just want to see what his scalp looks like.
Oh,
I don't know why. I just become so interested when people have like very long hair and then like long beards like this, and then all of a sudden just everything's gone. I'm intrigued by it.
Oh my God.
I'm weird. Now we do also have we also have a GCW Baller Block-In happening this weekend, which that will be taking place from Hartford, Connecticut. And that is our card for this weekend with shows. Brandon, is there any shows that you would like to shout out before we hop off?
Yeah, I mean, show's already been sold out for 2 months now, but next Saturday, March 7th, defending the PWE Heavyweight Championship against a guy named Brandon Aarons, who everyone hypes up for career-defining moments he had 22 years ago. And next Saturday is going to be another career-defining moment for him when he gets to say that he got beat by Strictly Business Brandon Barretta. So in 26 years, he'll be able to gloat about that.
Hell yeah. Are you booked for the next Exodus show?
I'm in Indiana that day.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, so just logistical things happened. Venue change, date change.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. What was I gonna say? I was gonna try to make sure I have a foot long for you on standby. But no, honestly, dude, thank you so much for hopping on here. It's really been a lot of fun having you on.
Dude, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Apologies for the craziness at the beginning.
You guys have a handle business.
Yeah. But with all that being said, guys, tune in every week. We really appreciate you all still being here. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our website at respectthecombat.com. Keep up with all the latest news. Go to nationalwrestlingalliance.com to keep up with all their latest shticks going on. Buy tickets to Crockett Cup happening in Forney, Texas, April 4th. And then also the NWA double TV tapings happening on April 25th. Also, Exodus Pro Wrestling, March 20th. We're in a new venue. Angelina Love and her husband. What's her husband's name? I can't remember his husband's name. What? Fodder. Yes, thank you, Brandon. Fodder and Angelina Love will be in action at Exodus Pro Wrestling. Hold the line. I'm genuinely excited about that because the beautiful people were my guilty pleasure in TNA. Not even gonna lie. And
I mean, she's now a Hall of Famer, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm like, can you just come here? Like, literally, I'm gonna have my whole setup and everything done. I'll be like, can you just come here and I can take photos of you and your husband? Yeah, sure, but why? I just want to be able to say in my portfolio I took pictures of a TNA Hall of Famer. And I mean, that's really like the biggest plus with all of this is like the fact of everyone I've gotten to meet, the fact of like all the relationships I've gotten to develop with everyone like Brandon, Noah, Connor, Pretty Boy, EC3, Gary, Ryan Idol, Hoyo Del Mar, freaking Kyle Davis, Joe Galley. Like, I guess the problem that we had here, Monkey, was that I got spoiled by very healthy work environments. Oops. But with all that being
indeed, my bad.
You're good.
I was muted.
But with all that being said, guys, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, March 13th.